Thank you for taking out the time to watch this presentation. Before we begin, let's make sure you are in the right place. This is for you if you have startup, are interested in securing funding for growth and expansion, are open-minded to learn and associate with experts who can help you. On the contrary, this is not for you if you have not validated or tested your idea with your market, are still in the figuring it out stage, and believe that by using online tools to create a business plan and pitch deck will ensure your funding. It's humbly requested that you watch this till the end to get the full value and understanding. I'm Kamal Chandiramani, Principal Consultant at Support Corporate. We have 20 plus years experience in management, consulting, pre-sales, IT and manufacturing. I've been leading Support Corporate since 2010, supported 100 plus clients. Have industry experience in IBM, LG Soft, BEL, VeriSign. Have 5 plus years of international experience for US and Europe. What our clients have to say about us. These are some of the review comments. However, this is not about us. It is about you and your ambition to take your venture to the next level with the right guidance and direction. Now, here's the disclaimer. We would like to have you as a client as well to empower your vision and help you with your business plan and pitch deck only if you choose to make that decision after watching this presentation. What we will cover in this presentation. The three principles to craft the ultimate business plan, build the perfect pitch deck, and become investor ready without self-sabotaging your chances of funding and growth. The first principle is how to avoid the 3 fundamental mistakes most entrepreneurs make. The second principle, how to know if you are investor ready based on real world case studies. The third principle is how to build a winning startup pitch deck investors can't ignore. Now, this is one fact that India has become the 3rd largest startup ecosystem in the world after the US and China. A record 44 Indian startups achieved unicorn status in 2021, taking the overall tally of startup unicorns in India to 83. Now, the first principle, how to avoid the 3 fundamental mistakes most entrepreneurs make. The first mistake is striving for perfection. As a startup founder and entrepreneur, you have to go through multiple iterations of your product or services. However, if you don't release your first version, you won't get the necessary feedback from the market to know if it is the right fit or requires more fine-tuning. Most startups get caught up in the building phase and spend more time than they need to. In other words, striving for perfection. The sooner you get your minimum viable product MVP to your market, the faster you will grow. The second mistake is keeping the idea a secret. Most early entrepreneurs focus more energy on protecting their intellectual property with the fear that it will be modeled by another. This is far from the truth. Firstly, whatever your idea is has already been thought of before. Secondly, an idea on its own is not a business. It's how you execute the idea that will define your business success. And you are going to need the right guidance and expertise from others. So be comfortable with sharing your plans. The third mistake is not having a solid business plan. The primary importance of a business plan is to help make better decisions. The common reasons why businesses fail are no market need. When the products and services are launched by the companies in the market, later they realize many times that, oh, for this product or services, there is no market need. Then why they built it in the first place? They built because out of their love towards the idea. Okay, this is a great, fantastic idea without validating with the market. Second is lack of capital. Initially, they don't think of how much capital would be required. Simply, they make plan. They will see, okay, fine, capital will come somehow. No, it has to be planned beforehand. Business plan has to be made for planning the capital beforehand. Same way, team, what kind of team you are going to put in place, what kind of skills you require, how much skill you require, when often you require. All those kind of things are to be part of business plan. Tough competition. Before realizing that there is going to be tough competition, you have to kill that competition by making your offerings better. And next is pricing. Too less pricing or too much pricing sabotages the business. Too less pricing will keep you out of the market. Too much pricing will suggest customers to go somewhere else. The exercise of creating a business plan helps avoid all these things above and creates a viable projection of objectives and benchmarks to not only grow the business, but secure funding as well. The ultimate business plan. Business plan has typically these components. Executive summary, where the summary of the complete business plan is kept. Mission statements, mission of the company, background about the company, who are their promoters, what are their qualifications or experience. Product, what product they are going to launch, what is their marketing proposition, and what competition they will be passing through. Then SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, and opportunity and threats. This is key component for better management of the business. Operations, how the operations would work, what kind of logistics would be employed. Next is financial planning. Financial planning is the most important part of the business plan, where you come to know what kind of growth you will be seeing, what kind of expenditure you have to undergo, what kind of financial needs you would have, what kind of funding you would need, and the timelines when each and everything would happen. However, the truth is that putting together a business plan requires an in-depth understanding. Yet many use guesswork and assumptions to put together this information based on online fill-in-the-blanks free tools that will sure shot risk losing the investor's interest. Why you need a powerful business plan? To establish milestones when each and everything will happen, securing funding, understanding your customer based on the market research, building teams, what kind of skills you need, when often you need, know your competition, again from market research, attract partners. Yes, when everything is in place, planning, then certainly it will be able to attract the partners. Determine financial needs. What kind of financial needs you would have in future, next 5 years. Document a marketing plan. A subsection of business plan is marketing plan as well, which talks about what channels, what kind of budget and all. Risk and mitigation, what kind of risks you may have in future and what kind of solutions you'll be able to provide to combat that risk. And finally, measuring the success. Any business plan won't survive its first encounter with reality. The reality will always be different. It will never be the plan. Now, this is one of the client review. They are into FMCG. Financial modeling had helped them a lot. Principle number 2, how to build a winning startup pitch deck investors can't ignore. The pitch deck is a visual and concise representation of the business plan to attract investment and collaborative opportunities. Elevator pitch is further downsized from pitch deck, which may be 2 or 3 slides, or maybe verbal communication with the investor. A solid pitch deck will help raise money to launch or grow a startup. Therefore, using online pitch deck tools won't help if the idea represented isn't optimized for the investor. Let's highlight the elements of a winning pitch deck. A winning pitch deck typically has title, value proposition, why the clients will come to you, what additional X factor you are able to provide. What is the problem statement? Yes, it has to be validated from the market that really this problem exists. And solution to this problem statement. Next is target market. What kind of audiences you will be able to cater to? What is the demographics of that? Next is business model, how the engine work, how the business engine will work. Next is traction. Traction means velocity of business. What is your current velocity of business and upcoming velocity of business, so that is demonstrated to the investor for the funding. Marketing strategy. What kind of strategy you have put in place for the marketing? What kind of channels you are going to employ? What kind of budget you are going to allocate to them? Next is competition. Of course, yes, competition information will come from the market survey, market research. And that has to put together in the pitch deck. Team. What kind of team, what kind of skills you are able to employ for this business? That has to be clearly mentioned in the organization chart. Next is vision and forecasts. Forecast for the next 5 years. What kind of vision you have? What kind of growth you are envisaging? What kind of expenditure would be there your way? And what kind of funding need would be there? Where all you will use those funds? If you get X amount of fund, where all you will use those? Either in manpower or infrastructure or buying of the assets. However, entrepreneurs get this wrong by doing the following. Providing too much information. In pitch deck, when they provide too much information that is too much crowded and too much confusing. Next is having unclear business model. When business model is not very clear, it is not clear how the business would run, what kind of revenues would come their way, what kind of unique selling propositions are there, what kind of demographics are there. Demonstrating unrealistic data. When it is your business, many times you get attached to the business and you keep on playing, like your mind keeps on playing that, okay, we will achieve this much, 50 times, 100 times and all. So that is really unrealistic. It has to be having some ground reality. So our job is to see how this data can have a sense of ground reality. Weak marketing game plan. Marketing, how you are going to do marketing, how much budget you are going to spend. Many times marketing spend, if they are underestimated, then product is not able to go to the market properly. Next is not stating the investment required. It is very key to know beforehand how much investment would be required. That is only possible when you arrive at detailed calculations from bottoms up, from ground approach to the higher level, summary level figures. Building a solid pitch deck is vital to the success of building new partnerships and requires a unique, independent, and thorough perspective on all the matrices. This increases your chances of not just securing funding, but also differentiating yourself from your competition. There is yet another client review who is in SaaS business. They are Turkey-based company. The next principle is how to know if you are investor ready based on real world case studies. If you're going to approach an investor for funding, you need to be prepared. Here are 6 strategic questions you must ask yourself. What is your market position and how can you protect it? By pricing, place, promotion, product. The next question is how you are going to enter your market. What is going to be your pricing strategy? How you are going to adjust your price with respect to the market? How you are going to promote? what kind of improvements you will bring in the products, and with what technology. What are going to be your distribution channels and after sales service. All these factors would determine your company image. And when the company image is made, your job is done. The next question is, how will your product evolve with respect to market trends? The next question is, how can you prove product market fit? This circle where the product is written, it is filled up with all the features of the product what you're building. And another circle, which is where written market, that means these features are required by the market. And the intersection, which is a fit, that is a small area as of now. But certainly after, when you build up the MVP, you can keep on enhancing this intersected area. And then that will be better market fit. Question number 5, how aligned are the founders with the overall vision? Every founder and every co-founder has got their view. Of course, they are at some page in some sense, but not in all the aspects. When the business plan, the powerful business plan and pitch deck is made, all the founders are brought to the same page because the conscious collaboration has gone by the founders into the business plan. They have to be on the same page. This is very healthy for the long-term business. Next question is, how will you justify your valuation? After 5 years, what is going to be the value of the company? Based on our financial projections, we give this forecast that what is going to be the value after 5 years. What is the value today? What kind of share you can give away to the investors? That has to be based on calculations. Even that can be shared with the investors so that they gain confidence. Yes, you have done this decision based on some calculations. Now there are 5 types of investors: banks, angel investors, P2P lenders, personal investors, and then venture capitalists. Banks typically give you the loans, and other lenders can give you equity as well. Depending on which stage your startup is at, you must seek the right type of investor. There is yet another client review. They wanted to go to launch airline launch in Mauritius. After detailed financial analysis, we came to know that profitability can be achieved in airlines business only when capacity of the aircraft is fully utilized or mostly utilized. If the capacity is less than 90% or 95%, 85%, then surely it will start decreasing the profits. And further, when it goes down, it starts making losses because all other parameters like fuel, support staff, all these licensing, everything, the leasing part of it, everything is same for all the companies. By suitable promotional offers, when the company is able to make more capacity, loading capacity, fulfilling more loading capacity, if they are able to achieve that, then the profit will come. So this insight was very key when it came out from financial modeling. Same way, in your business also, many insights can come like this. To summarize, investors are interested in 2 areas. One is reward and other is risk. What kind of returns they are going to get and what kind of risks they have to face. And if your business plan and pitch deck strategically showcases these 2 areas well, your chances of funding increases multifold. I hope by now you have understood these principles and how crucial their impact is on your growth, which leaves us with 2 ways forward. Option number 1, you take what you learn and do your best to figure it out on your own. Option 2 is you work with a trusted expert to build your business plan and pitch deck to make you investor ready in less than 4 weeks. If the second path makes sense, then I would like to invite you to a one-on-one discussion where we will understand your goals and identify your requirements. And based on our decades of experience, we will provide you with the personalized ideas and strategies towards achieving your goals. Now, how this works, we will seek inputs from you in terms of whatever data you have gathered, whatever groundwork you have done and all. That data and the strategy, whatever you have thought of, that will be input to the business model and financial model both. Business model, collaboratively, we will evolve towards a couple of sessions, which will enrich the strategies and which will make the complete information about business engine, how the business would work. To support that, this feeling has to be converted to, this strategy has to be converted to the business financial model. Financial model will chart out next 5 years future growth, how you are going to achieve that, what kind of revenue generation would be there, what kind of various expenses would be there. And out of these two things, business model and financial model, these business plan and pitch deck would be born. Business plan is a detailed document which is generally required for bank loans. Pitch deck is the document which has to be to the point and which is required by the investor for the funding, which is required by the investor for the funding. Next is company valuation. Company valuation is based on the financial data what we make in the financial model. That will show value of the company after 5 years now, and then investor share also can be depicted. Data will show after some calculations that, okay, this much investor share should be there for this kind of funding, for the X amount of funding. If based on the conversation, it seems like we are going to have a good fit to work together, then all the additional details will be provided. Kindly click on the button below to book your one-on-one conversation if it makes sense to you. And thank you for watching this presentation till the end. We look forward to empowering your vision. Thank you. Thank you very much.